Miklos Fodor about repeated random restructuring paradigm. In this chapter, I will talk about environment. In the classical system theory, there is always a system. Now, let's start with. Here's the system. Wait, say with blue, and around the system there is the environment. Say with green. And the classical system theory is discussing that from the environment effects are information and resources are affecting the system. It's very, very simplified, and as being very simplified, it's contains errors. This model of systems, because suddenly system theory is discussing closed systems and open systems. Open systems are those where the system is open in many cases, and many effects, many impulses can come from the environment and have their effect on the system. Closed systems are where the system is not too much affected by environment. No such exists. There is the universe, big universe, and there are living entities, and these living entities are always in interaction with other living entities and the physical universe, receiving always data. The closed system as such is just theory. Even if I'm doing nothing at home, I'm just sitting and not even moving, not breathing, nothing, that the temperature is not changed, the light is not changing, nothing. Even in that case, I'm affected by the bed on what I'm lying, about the gravity forces. So there is a constant interaction between the universe and parts of it and the living system. And as such, the living system is forced always to create outputs because it receives inputs. So my skin is delivering impulses and data and information to my brain, and my brain is delivering outputs, behavior, whatever. Even if I try to not move, it's due to the fact that there are some other impulses and outputs that are stopping my brain on waking up or moving. So it's always a constant change and restructuring and change within this system, because the data that reach this system are always changing. Even if from an outsider point of view it's not changing, as the time goes, there are changes within the system. I'm becoming hungry, or I'm becoming more sleepy. So there is no constantness in ever. The constantness does not exist in when we are talking about living creatures. Constantness appears or could appear in one case when a living system becomes a corpse, and that corpse starts to fall into pieces, and maybe with low energy level you can stop that process. But in that case we are not talking about living systems anyhow. So what kind of outputs can the living system perform? Because classical system theory defines the for classical system theory, the system environment interaction is the key issue. Yes, the system is performing outputs, and this output can be information and can be changes in the physical world, in the physical universe. And how can be that? Because by now we were talking only about information and data. Let's see the classical presentation of input, transformation, output. Is we are talking only about information. This is information. Here information changes, and this is also information. Let's take this as a neuron, a cell. But here we can have a cell called muscle, where the transformation itself and the output is that the physical set, the physical locations of these systems is changing. So information enters into a muscle cell and it contracts, so it makes a small change. And as there are many muscle cells, we have an organ that, say a hand or our muscles, we can change place and move and walk and change our